Hi everybody, I'm Ethan Hardy. Welcome to TKD Starcast. I'm super excited. For episode 3, we'll be chatting with Aaron Cook. He's a minus 80 kilogram fighter, highest rank achieved world number 1, 2-time Olympian, 2-time world medalist, 3-time European champion, Grand Prix champion, and some call him the Knockout King. Aaron, thanks so much for being on Starcast.
Thanks for having me, Ethan. I'm really excited.
Yeah. What's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love some UK ones. One in the UK, probably Skittles. I don't know if you guys get that in the States.
Yeah, Skittles.
But in America, probably Twinkies or something like that.
Yeah.
Both of those.
What about soda?
Soda, let me think. Oh, my favorite soda is Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Dr. Pepper. I could live off Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah. What made you start Taekwondo?
What made me start Taekwondo?
Yeah.
Well, I was 5 years old, and I was inspired by the Power Rangers. You know the TV show?
Oh, yeah, Power Rangers.
Yeah, I used to watch that on TV, and I tried to copy all the moves on my brother. And it was getting a bit aggressive, so my parents thought, you know what, let's take him to a martial arts school, and it was Taekwondo, and I fell in love with it ever since.
Cool. Wow. Who was your idol when you were a kid?
Well, when I started Taekwondo, I didn't really know much about it. Then when it became an Olympic sport in 2000, I watched it, and I think I was around 7 or 8 years old, and I remember Stephen Lopez winning the one of the first gold medals, ever for Taekwondo.
Yeah.
And I would say Stephen Lopez was my hero growing up, and then I watched him fight and admired all of his achievements, and yeah, I would say he was my hero.
Yeah. Is there like a special person who helped you succeed?
There would be a long list, I'm sure, but most importantly, I would say my parents. My parents have been there for me from the beginning. Since I was 5 years old, they took me to the first lesson, and my parents drove me up and down the country to try and get the best coaching they could for me. And then it went internationally, and they would take me all around the world. And yeah, I owe everything to my parents. I wouldn't be here without them, and still to this day they support me 100%. So I owe everything to them.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite video game?
Favorite video game at the moment? I'm loving FIFA, the new FIFA. I don't know if you play FIFA, or anybody that's watching this is playing the new FIFA 20. It's very addictive, very frustrating game, but I absolutely love it. I play on the PlayStation 4.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, what is your favorite accomplishment?
My favorite accomplishment, probably, as I said, Stephen Lopez was like my hero growing up. And when I was 18 years old, I was invited to a special tournament in Mexico. It was called the World Pro Tour, and there was only 4 athletes that got invited. There was me, Korea, a fighter from Iran, and Stephen Lopez. And I thought it was a massive opportunity, to go and potentially fight my hero. And I won my first match against Korea, and then I fought Stephen Lopez in the final, and I was able to knock him out with a double kick.
Wow.
A kick that I used to practice when I was very young, and to see that happen in real life, it was like winning the lottery. Or I couldn't contain my emotions, and still to this day that watching the video, it feels pretty special. And so I would say that's my best accomplishment.
Wow. Who was the toughest opponent you fought, and why?
I'm saying a lot of Stephen Lopez here, but but it would probably be Stephen Lopez, because I've watched obviously all of his videos. I know all of his tales, and obviously to be a hero, and to fight your hero is can be quite difficult. And obviously after the first time I fought him, I knocked him out. The second time, obviously, I wanted to show that I could beat him, on points, and I was able to do that. And I think we've fought each other five times,
Ooh.
and I've beat him four times, and he beat me one time. But he's a very good fighter. So.
Yeah. What was your hardest obstacle and how did you overcome it?
My hardest obstacle. There's been many obstacles in my life and in my career, but I would probably say when I wasn't selected for the Olympics in
Ooh.
London. I was 21 years old. I was world number one at the time, and obviously very excited to hopefully represent my country in the Olympics. And unfortunately, I wasn't selected, and it was a very hard time for me and my family and everybody involved. It took a little bit of time to recover from that, mentally, and to kind of refocus and regroup. But we got through it. We got through it together. We pushed through, and I persisted, and I'm still here today. So yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you think about the game now with like new rules, like electronic gear and less spinning?
Yeah, taekwondo is always adapting. When I started as a young boy, it was very different. The rings were 12 by 12
Wow.
meters, like a swimming pool. Now, um, the mat, it wasn't like rubber mats. It was like a sheet of plastic on the
Oh,
floor. The hogus were different. There was no electronics. The rounds were 3 minutes, so
wow.
3 minutes. Yeah, so it was very different when I was very young. And it's adapted. Of course, it's adapted through the years. And as an athlete, you have to try and adapt yourself, adapt your training and methods. And now it's obviously because of the technology around in this day and age. It's become very a lot of technology involved in the sport. Video replays, and of course the electronic hogus and the helmets. So it's been very difficult to keep up to date with taekwondo. As I started very young, and I've seen taekwondo change throughout the years. But I'm lucky enough to still be involved at the top level, and I'm still trying to get to the next Olympics, and trying to achieve that dream of mine of being Olympic champion.
Yeah. It must have been hard when you like fell and stuff, like on the mat.
Yeah, it used to really hurt, really hurt.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I used to try all those spinny kicks. It used to hurt a lot. So that's why now, when it's like nice and the rubber floor, I can try all those spinny kicks, and when
Yeah.
they come off, it doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, like you're used to it. Yeah. How did you work up to be at your top level?
It took a very long time. Yeah, I mean, I guess my parents must have seen something in me when I was very young. They must have seen some ability, some talent. I know it's been a lot of hard work. Like I said, they used to take me up and down the country to train with the best fighters, to train with the best coaches. Then it went internationally. I used to go to Greece a lot when I was younger. I spent a lot of my birthdays and Christmases away from my parents and family when I was very young. A lot of sacrifice at a very young age. And I managed to get to Olympics when I was 17,
It was
and
hard.
I came very, very close to a medal when I was 17 in Beijing. It feels like it's the other way around now. I'm 28 years old. I feel like I'm the old man in the sport now, and everybody that I fight's younger than me. So the tables have turned a little bit. But
Yeah.
no, it's a lot of hard work, like it is in any sport. It's about persisting, trying and trying and trying and trying again, and eventually, if you want it as much as you want to breathe, or you want to succeed, then you achieve what you want.
Yeah. Can you name one thing like that might surprise people about you?
Hmm. Surprise. I'd say I'm a very, very simple kind of guy. I like to go to the cinema, eat some food, play PlayStation. We don't have a lot of spare time after training, so I don't go out a lot. I don't really have a lot social. a lot of social activities or anything. So me and Bianca, we train and then we chill out together. We drink Dr Pepper, we eat sweets. We're just normal people. At the end of the day, and that's it.
Cool. You have so many amazing kicks. What's your favorite?
My favorite kick, it would probably be the spin kick to the face. I think you guys, what do you guys call it in America? The Nado bomb?
Either that or a tornado roundhouse.
Tornado, yeah. So there's many different names for it. But yeah, I used to practice that kick, thousands of times when I was
Wow.
young. Yeah, my Greek master Vasilis Koukaletsos, when I went to Greece, he used to just drill it and drill it and drill it up and down, right leg, left leg, and combinations. And I think that's why, that's kind of drilled into me subconsciously. So I can throw that kick from anywhere on the mat and in any situation, just because of the thousand times that I've done it. It's just body mechanics and muscle memory.
That
But
hard,
I would say that's my favorite kick.
yeah. That hard work must have paid off.
It's getting there. Hopefully, it will pay off in the ultimate dream of being Olympic champion. Yeah, but I've had a fantastic career, and yeah, I think hopefully there's some more left.
Yeah. If you could go back in time and like give advice to your young kid self, what would it be?
Hmm, very difficult one, to be honest with you. It's been a lot of ups and downs in my career, but I would just say keep trying, keep persisting. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. Don't get yourself down. On those bad days, keep working hard, and everything will be okay.
Yeah. Some people say like you're the last great old school taekwondo athlete. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very old. I don't know, like I'm Bruce Lee or something, still trying to fight in Mortal Kombat. Um, I don't know. It's obviously very nice. Everyone in the taekwondo community is very nice to me. They always say how nice it is for me to watch me fight, and I always get amazing support everywhere I fight, anywhere in the world. And it's fantastic. I love fighting. I love putting on a show. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're in an entertainment business as well. So if I can win in style or put on a show, if I lose, then I'm giving a little bit back to my supporters that have always been so great to me. So it's very nice to hear.
Yeah. Besides competing in taekwondo, what are your other dreams?
I don't know. When I was little as well, I used to want to play for Manchester United as a football player. I like watching football. Like I say, I like playing FIFA and stuff as well. I think I'm a little bit too old now to try and make it at the top level at football. But I think I was very good. I was a good football player. And if I had another life, if I could go back in time, and maybe I would have been a football player. I might have been Cristiano Ronaldo in another
Nice.
life.
What do you want to do after you're done competing?
After I've done competing, I don't. I think I would definitely be involved in taekwondo. Taekwondo has been my whole life since I was 5 years old. So I would love to set up our own school, our own academy.
Well,
Me and Anka. I would love to have it. Maybe in multiple places around the world, maybe in the UK, maybe in America as
yeah.
well. So yeah, I would love to teach taekwondo, and if I can make it to the top, and Bianca can make it to the top, we can both win Olympic golds. And the next dream would be trying to make somebody else Olympic champion as well.
Wow. Yeah. What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal. Ooh, I've got quite a lot of those as well. Um, I love pasta. Love pasta carbonara.
Yeah.
I would definitely try and choose that before I fight. It's one of my most favorite meals before I fight. And if I wasn't worried about my weight too much before competition, and I could enjoy food and not have to worry about my weight, I would probably go for a famous British dish called toad in the hole.
Oh yeah, totally.
sausage and mashed potato and Yorkshire pudding and gravy and all of that. And for puddings, that's the most important one. Sticky toffee pudding. That's,
Sticky coffee, yes.
yeah, absolutely love it. And a little secret is my name's Cook, and I love to cook. I
You
absolutely love. I watch all the cooking channels. I watch Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver, and when I'm not training or competing, then I love to try and make dishes and things like that. So,
cool. Must be
a little
good.
time. You've tried some of my food, right?
Yeah,
How is it? Tell everybody. Am I okay? Am I a good cook?
really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. All right.
How do you get over your nerves?
I don't think you ever get over your nerves. I've got to be honest with you. I'm 28 years old, and I still get nervous before fights. I think it's just learning how to accept those feelings and accept how you're going to feel and be able to control them. I think that's the most important. Is sometimes you can get really nervous. Maybe it's a really big tournament or it's a really big fighter that you're going up against, and sometimes those nerves can escalate. And it's about learning to control those and understanding that that's always gonna be there. Those butterflies, those sweaty palms, your heart beating, your heart racing. You start to sweat. Um, that's always going to be there. So just accepting that that's all. That's going to happen, and learning to kind of deal with that.
Yeah.
I think definitely as well is not worrying about losing. I think that's one fear that we all have, is we focus too much of I don't want to lose, or that fear of losing. If you can let go of that fear and just focus on I want to perform good, I want to fight good, I want to be in that moment, I want to give my best performance, and take away that winning and losing, because that's no good for us. If we focus too much that we don't want to lose, then we won't fight our best. We'll always be held back. But if we can let go of that fear of of losing, then we can show our true potential. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. I've got quite a lot of favorite movies, but I would say my sporting favorite movie would probably be the Rocky movies. I love
Yeah.
the Rocky movies, inspired by his story. My favorite Rocky movie would probably be number 4. I don't know if you can see behind me. If I tilt this camera, this is in my bedroom, by the way, guys. So above my bed, I don't know if you can see that painting.
Rocky.
That's a Rocky painting right there. Yeah. So yeah, and every time I fight, I listen to Rocky music to get me pumped before the fight. So yeah, I listen to all the Rocky music, and I love watching the movies. But yeah, he's definitely a big hero of mine as well, Sylvester Stallone. I love the story.
Yeah. Do you have like a routine, like to get ready for a tournament?
Do I have a routine? I wouldn't say as much of a routine, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, but I like to do things in a similar way. I wouldn't say I have lucky underwear, but I take this same kind of things to competition. I make sure I take Jaffa cakes and my sweets and
Yeah.
my protein and things like that. I have all that ready, all my equipment to make sure I have all of that. And I try and warm up the same way. I fold my suit the same way. So yeah, I have a few little things, but I wouldn't say I'm totally superstitious. But yeah.
Yeah. You're one of the most famous Taekwondo athletes ever. Like, what do you think should happen to make the sport more popular?
Well, thank you very much. I don't think I'm one of the most famous Taekwondo fighters ever, but that's very nice of you to say. I think it's definitely going in the right direction. It's getting a lot more publicity. You can watch it on YouTube. You can
Yeah.
follow all the tournaments now. They're starting to become a little bit of prize money for the fighters, which
Yeah.
is good. So you can make a career out of it, which is fantastic, which before it wasn't possible. So for youngsters like yourself or other athletes that want to do it as professional, you can make a living out of it, and it can be something that you can take wherever you want to do. So I think that's fantastic. It's definitely going in the right direction, and we just hope that it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and ends up bigger than UFC one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Do you think there will be lots of like more prize money and like for Grand Prix, Grand Slams, and other major events in the future?
I think so. Why not? It started what 4 years ago. I think the prize money. So I'm sure in another 4 or 5 years, with inflation, we'll be fighting for $10,000 at least. Yeah. So the Grand Slams in China, it's for $70,000. I'm sure that will increase, and I'm sure there'll be more and more tournaments like that. So when you're my age, you'll be a millionaire, and I'll be able to interview you in a wheelchair, and you can tell me all the competitions you've made and won.
Yeah. What advice would you give to young athletes?
What advice would I give to young athletes? Um, Follow your dreams, follow your passions, work extremely hard. Um, like I said, there will be ups, there will be downs. Don't get yourself too disappointed if you lose a match, or don't dwell too much in the moment, because there will be, you can fight 10, 15 times in a year. Well, that's what I'm doing at the moment. So there will be more opportunities, there will be more time. Just keep working, keep trying,
Yeah.
and it might not work straight away, but it will definitely work if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. What advice would you give to parents?
What advice would I give to parents? Well, my parents were like the best people, best parents in the world. They were always there for me. They were always supportive, always positive. Um, Never let me get myself down when I was having a hard time or things didn't work out. So, if I would give any advice, is just be like my parents. I was very lucky. Just be supportive in whatever your children want to do. Be there for them. If things aren't going well, pick them up and tell them it's going to be okay, and keep working and keep trying and keep pushing. There's no secret to success. It's just about hard work, persistence, and never giving up.
Yeah. What's the one thing you would like to be remembered for most?
That's a difficult one. Um, I'd like to be remembered as the person who never give up, never stopped trying, never stopped believing that one day that special moment would come, and hopefully it's going to come for me. Next year, hopefully I'll be at the Olympics, and
Yeah.
I will end my career with a gold medal. And just remembered for somebody that was a fantastic fighter and enjoyed every moment that I was on the ring, and tried my best, never gave up until the last second. So that's what I would.
Yeah. Aaron, thanks so much for doing StarCast, and I'm sure everyone will appreciate you sharing your history, your advice, and your story. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Ethan Hardy, signing out with StarCast. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. See, my favorite superhero is Superman. So he's got all the superpowers, hasn't he? He can fly. Yeah. He's got the stuff that shoots out of his eyes. He's super strong. He's super fast. Yeah, I would say I'd love to be Superman.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. What about you? What's your favorite superhero?
Yeah, probably Superman.
Superman? Yeah, he's the best.
I just want all the superpowers.
That's it. We want it all.
Yep.
The Twix has come out.
Yep.
Do I get a Twix? When so do you guys get trick or treaters like all week, or is it just like all on the one day still? Or was it like America?
Mostly just the one day.
Yeah. Are you gonna go trick or treating, Ethan?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you got a costume
Uh,
ready for
I'm gonna
Halloween?
be the Grim Reaper, and when I ring the
Wow.
I'm gonna say, "It is your time to give me candy."
That is good. I like that. Was she good? You can tell me off camera. Who was better?
You're still being recorded.
No, I thought we were off. I thought this was off camera.